Hello, New York Yankees fans. We have brand new exclusive videos and the latest news for you. Before we get started, we'd like to invite you to join our channel and give this video a like. It's crucial to get exclusive access to the latest updates. The Yankees are facing a tough decision with one of their players. Someone who had a promising start but now finds himself in a difficult situation. Personally, I remain optimistic about his potential. I believe he has the tools to be a standout player with the ability to maintain an OPS between 800 and 850. To put things into perspective, he was ranked the 5th best prospect in all of baseball back in 2023. Not only is he a great bat, but he also shines defensively, consistently ranking as one of the top shortstops in the league. However, his performance over the last couple of years hasn't quite lived up to expectations, especially at the plate. This is his 3rd year in the league, and while he came into the season with high hopes, hitting 4 home runs and batting with 300 to start, his numbers have plummeted. At that point, he seemed like he could maintain a solid average, somewhere between 250 and 260, with some pop in his bat. If he'd kept that up, we might have seen an OPS around 800. But unfortunately, things started to take a downturn. His batting average fell to 198 with just 4 home runs and 15 RBIs, resulting in a subpar OPS of .660. The drop was stark, and in his last 13 games, he's hit just 159 with no home runs and only 3 RBIs, dropping his OPS to a shocking 474 in just 7 hits over 54 at bats during this stretch. It's clear that he's struggling mightily. So, what should the Yankees do? I'm not suggesting that they trade him right away, but it's clear that they need to take a step back and assess the situation. There's no need to make a hasty decision. Instead of rushing to a conclusion, it might be wise to consider sending him down to the minors, something that probably should have been done back in 2023 when his numbers were underwhelming, and he posted a .170 batting average. At that point, the team chose not to send him down, opting instead to keep him in the majors despite the struggles. To be fair, he bypassed the minor leagues almost entirely in 2022, playing just 22 games there with a .231 batting average and an OPS of .714. When 2023 rolled around, he came into camp looking better than ever, earning his spot on the major league roster. Unfortunately, his performance didn't hold up. He struggled at the plate, and his struggles only intensified as the season progressed. At this point, it might be a good idea to give him some time in the minors to reset. I'm not suggesting he spends the entire year there, but a short stint could do wonders for his confidence and give him the chance to work on some of the flaws in his game. There are other players on the roster capable of playing the position at a similar level, so it wouldn't drastically affect the team's defense or offensive output. I truly believe in his potential. As I've said, I think he could be one of the best in the league, but he's hitting a rough patch. Let's look at his first 2 seasons. In 2023, he posted a .209 batting average with 21 home runs and an OPS of .666. It was a step back from what was expected, and while there were flashes of brilliance, like the postseason grand slam, his overall performance was disappointing. In 2024, there was a slight improvement with a .243 average, but again, it wasn't anywhere near what the Yankees were hoping for, and his OPS remained around .657. Even with some bright spots like the clutch postseason moment, he still failed to find consistent success at the plate. Despite showing glimpses of his potential, the overall performance simply hasn't been there. And it's evident that he still hasn't reached the level he was once projected to. So, what should the Yankees do next? The answer might lie in sending him to the minors for a brief period. It's not a punishment. It's an opportunity for him to refine his game. At this point, sending him down could provide a valuable reset. He has the skills to be great, but he's just not there yet, and a stint in the minors could be the solution. Let's not forget that in previous seasons, there were other players who were ranked behind him in the prospect list. Yet now they are performing at a much higher level. This only underscores the need for a change in approach. Keeping him in the majors while he struggles doesn't seem like the right call. A few weeks in the minors could be just what he needs to work on his game, rebuild his confidence, and come back ready to contribute at a higher level. The team has other options at shortstop, and while they might not offer the same upside, they can provide stability in the short term. It's crucial to remember that sending a player down to the minors isn't a death sentence for their career. Many players have gone through similar struggles and come back better for it. Take, for example, some of the league's biggest stars who have all spent time in the minors after facing adversity early in their careers. Sometimes the minor leagues offer a chance to work on specific aspects of a player's game that simply can't be addressed in the big leagues. Whether it's refining mechanics, regaining confidence, or simply getting the at-bats necessary to get back on track, the minors can be a great place for a player to recalibrate. And let's not overlook the fact that in the long run, this could benefit the Yankees as well. Giving the player time to work through his struggles will likely lead to better performance once he's back in the majors, potentially saving the team from costly mistakes down the road. By giving him this time to grow, the Yankees could avoid making a hasty decision that might cost them a future star. So what's the solution? Sending the player to the minors for a short stint could help him work through his issues. It's not about punishing him, but about giving him the tools to improve and return stronger. The minor leagues offer a chance for players to fix their flaws and regain the form that made them such highly touted prospects in the first place. It's an opportunity for growth, and it could be the best way for the Yankees to handle this situation without giving up on a player who still has a ton of potential. There's also an important consideration when it comes to developing young talent: patience. The decision to send a player down to the minors is never easy, especially when there are high expectations placed on that player. However, this move should be viewed through the lens of long-term development rather than immediate gratification. In the case of this player, he's shown moments of brilliance, flashes of the elite talent that once made him a top prospect, but consistency has been the missing piece. It's easy to forget that not every player develops on the same timeline, and sometimes the best way forward isn't to force a player into a situation they're not ready for. It's crucial to remember that the Yankees' long-term success is more important than any one player's short-term struggles. If sending him to the minors for a short period helps him rediscover his form, then it's a decision that could pay off in the future. It's not just about helping him personally. It's about ensuring that the team has the best version of him when the time comes. Players who are rushed often don't get the opportunity to iron out the kinks in their game, and this could lead to long-term setbacks. While it might sting in the short term, this could be the key to unlocking his full potential in the future. Minor leagues offer a different environment, one that's not as high pressure as the big leagues. In the minors, players are allowed to take the time they need to correct their flaws, adjust their mechanics, and rebuild their confidence. That pressure to perform at the highest level isn't looming over them every at-bat. Instead, it's a chance to focus on what's important: improving. It's also worth noting that even the best players have struggled in the minors at some point. There are countless examples of major league stars who didn't quite make it the first time around, but eventually found their way. This could very well be the case here. The right amount of time in the minors could make all the difference in his development, helping him overcome the mental and mechanical hurdles that are currently hindering his game. Furthermore, the Yankees' depth in other areas allows them the flexibility to make this move without risking the overall strength of the team. While sending this player down to the minors would be a tough decision for the team, it's not a move that would cripple their lineup or defense. There are other capable players who can step in and fill the gap in the short term, ensuring that the Yankees can continue to perform at a high level while the player works on his game. The Yankees have the luxury of having other options at shortstop, which means that they're not forced to keep a struggling player in the lineup just to fill a position. Instead, they can take a step back, let this player work on his flaws, and bring him back when he's ready to contribute more effectively. There's also the reality of how much time he has left before his contract situation comes into play. While it might seem like the Yankees have all the time in the world to figure this out, they don't. If this player is going to live up to his potential and help the team win, he needs to make strides in the next couple of years. Every season counts, and a team can't afford to wait forever for him to break out. Sending him down for a short time could be the reset he needs to find his footing before the clock really starts ticking on his time with the Yankees. It's easy to forget that the decision to send a player to the minors isn't a reflection of failure. In many ways, it's a reflection of the team's investment in that player's development. The Yankees want him to succeed, and by sending him to the minors, they're giving him the space and time to grow without the constant pressure of performing at the major league level. This could be a turning point in his career, a chance for him to get back to basics and work on the skills that made him such a highly regarded prospect in the first place. When looking at his potential, it's clear that he has the ability to be one of the best shortstops in the game. His defense has never been in question. It's his bat that has been inconsistent, but the potential for him to be a 25 home run, .2 80 average player with solid defense is still there. His raw talent is undeniable, and this is why sending him down to the minors for a while could be the best thing for both him and the team. If he can fix the flaws in his swing, reestablish his approach at the plate, and get his confidence back, he could be a key contributor to the Yankees' success. For years to come, the consideration is the mental aspect of the game. Baseball is often as much a mental game as it is physical, and struggling at the plate can take a toll on a player's confidence. When a player is struggling at the major league level, the pressure can feel overwhelming, and the longer the slump lasts, the harder it becomes to break free. The mental strain can have a domino effect on a player's overall performance. By sending him to the minors, the Yankees are giving him a chance to reset mentally as well as physically. It's not just about fixing his swinging. It's about giving him the mental space to find his rhythm again. This doesn't mean that the Yankees are giving up on him. Far from it. This is a team that has invested heavily in his potential, and they know that he's capable of much more than he's shown so far. But they also know that sometimes a reset is necessary. By sending him down, they're not just giving him time to work on his mechanics, they're giving him the opportunity to get back to the fundamentals and take a step forward in his development. In conclusion, while it's a tough decision, sending this player down to the minors could be the right move for both him and the Yankees. It's not a punishment, it's an opportunity for growth. The Yankees' long-term success depends on developing their young players, and this player's potential is still very much alive. With the right adjustments, both mentally and physically, he can get back on track and live up to the expectations that once made him one of the top prospects in the game. The minor leagues offer the perfect environment for that kind of development, and if the player can return to the major leagues with a refined approach and regained confidence, he could become a cornerstone of the Yankees' future. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a surprising turn of events, Aaron Boone, the manager of the New York Yankees, has expressed concerns about the impact of Cody Bellinger on the team's overall dynamics. Boone, known for his typically diplomatic approach, did not hold back. In a recent interview, suggesting that the former MVP's presence has been a source of disruption for the Yankees locker room. While Bellinger is widely regarded as one of the most talented hitters in the league, his transition to the Yankees has not been without controversy. Boone's comments came after a series of disappointing performances by the team, leading some to question whether the high expectations surrounding Bellinger were affecting team morale. There's been a change in the atmosphere ever since Cody joined us, Boone admitted. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but we can't ignore the fact that it feels like something is off. We need to figure out how to address this before it gets worse. Boone's words have raised eyebrows, as such direct criticism of a player is relatively uncommon in a sport where unity and team cohesion are paramount. One of the main issues appears to be Bellinger's struggle to adjust to the pressures of playing. For a team like the Yankees, with its historic legacy and high expectations. Known for his extraordinary defense and power hitting, Bellinger's swing has been inconsistent since joining the team, and his inability to get into a rhythm at the plate has seemed to compound the issues in the clubhouse. Some insiders speculate that Bellinger's confidence has taken a hit as a result of the intense spotlight of New York. While players like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton thrive in the spotlight, Bellinger's erratic form has led to tension within the squad. A few players reportedly feel that the constant focus on Bellinger's struggles has overshadowed the team's collective efforts, leading to frustrations both on and off the field. Boone, however, remains committed to finding a solution. "We're going to work with Cody," he said. "He's an incredibly talented player, and we believe in his abilities." but this is a team and we need to get back to playing as one. The Yankees manager emphasized that the issue is not about blaming Bellinger, but rather understanding how the team can collectively address the problem and get back to winning. As the season progresses, the spotlight will undoubtedly remain on Bellinger, as both his individual performance and the health of the Yankees clubhouse hang in the balance. Boone's candid comments suggest that there's still much work to be done if the Yankees are to find harmony and success in the coming months. It remains to be seen whether Bellinger can adjust to his new environment and become the player the Yankees envisioned when they brought him in, or if this tension will prove to be a defining issue for the team's 2025 season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.